GB3 in 2025 continues right now. Hello everyone and welcome to delayed coverage here of the race here at Zandvoort, a circuit that opened in 1948. The fastest lap that we've had around the circuit in GB3 was set by Alex Dunn. That was a 1 minute 30.023 and the average speed is 105.84 miles per hour. 2 DRS zones for the drivers to use. It is some amazing venue to hold a motor race, and the motor race in question, GB3. And on the evidence of yesterday, overtaking is going to be tricky, but if you can get it done, it will definitely be rewarding. Hello everyone and welcome to this 2.64 mile circuit. It's great to have your company and we cannot wait to get this one started. And with that being said, we're going to bring you up to the commentary box, which you should be able to see my camera if things actually worked how they are supposed to. But unfortunately we've had a little issue. We'll hopefully get that sorted in about a second's time and then you'll be able to see me. Hello everyone, here we are, GB3. It is going to be so exciting. I cannot wait for this one to get started. The drivers are on the formation lap at the moment and they will be navigating their way through. Now the systems are glitching a little bit, which is why if you are noticing, we currently find ourselves with with some timings that are currently mixed up at the moment. They will sort themselves out. Okay, so let's run you through the grid though for this race. And the grid that we have. So it's Alex Ninovich alongside Deegan Fairclough. Patrick Husenroder alongside Reza Seaworthen. He'll go from 4th position. And then in 5th we find ourselves with Nikita Johnson, Yuan Pu Sui, part of the Mercedes Academy, and the driver who has the possession of 6th on the grid. And then in 7th it's Noah Lyle, in 8th it's Gianmarco Pradell, and in 9th position on the grid we are going to find in 9th Hugo Schwarz. Let's see how he's going to get on, the German driver. Keanu Al-Zahari goes from 10th position. The field just making their way through on their formation lap at the moment. Will McIntyre in 11th, Kai Darianani in 12th. And then in 13th, we have Abby Pulling. In 14th, we have Lucas Fluscher as well. So let's see how he's going to get on today. We, of course, have 2 qualifyings that set the grid. Qualifying 2 is what sets the grid for this race. Stefan Bostanjiv in 15th. Bianca Bustamante is in 16th. And then in 17th, it's Flynn Jacques. Divinandan is in 18th place on the grid. And then it is going to be, in a few moments, Jack Sherwood. He is 19th. So let's see how he's going to get on from that position. This is exciting stuff then. The field coming to the green flag soon as they line up on the grid. This is going to be a very interesting race. I think it is fair to say. Let's get this one going then. GB3. Around Zandvoort, what could go wrong? It's going to be quite a lot of fun. Patrick Husenroder, our winner from yesterday, starts in 3rd position today. They are lining up in formation, and then it will be all eyes to those 5 red lights. I know the timings are glitched. They will sort themselves out in a moment's time. But for now, all we can do is let the timings do what they want, but enjoy the action in front of our screen. Green flag at the back. GB3 is going to look to the lights. When all 5 go out, we'll be racing at Zandvoort. GB3 is underway and racing to Tarzan corner. Good reaction time off the line for Patrick Husenroder. Deegan Fairclough did not get the getaway that he wanted off the line. It means he's under pressure. Patrick Husenroder is moving up to 2nd place. Alex Ninovich holds the lead at the front of the field. Can they all make their way through the opening couple of corners cleanly? We have Reza Seaworthen, who also has been able to gain a couple of positions. There's Keanu Al-Zahari battling hard. Deegan Fairclough diving down the inside, and he's going to dive ahead of Reza Seaworthen, who will try fight back. Moving up to 2nd place is Patrick Husenroder. He's going to try and attack Alex Ninovich as we go side by side further back, but our top 5 drivers are making their way through downhill now, and it's going to be Patrick Husenroder in 3rd. I think it's fair to say Reza Seaworthen is just going to be ahead of Nikita Johnson. What a start! Absolutely brilliant stuff to start this race as we race our way by here in GB3 right now at the moment. The timing's finally starting to fix themselves, as you can see right now on screen. But we are racing, and we are racing with Some fantastic battles out there around this venue. Oh, car off in the background there. We've got a car that is off and wide in the background of our shot. Down to the braking zone we go now. There's a lockup as well coming in. Keanu Al-Zahari making his way through. The reverse grid race is going to be very interesting later on. That will also be on delayed coverage, but it will be really fascinating to see how that race is going to play out. I've had a busy morning doing FIA Formula 3, then FIA Formula 2, then the Porsche Mobile One Super Cup, and then now GB3 racing as well, as we come down the start-finish straight. And further back we've got a battle coming down towards the first corner. That is being squeezed all the way very nearly into the wall for Jack Sherwood. He wants to get by. There's no room to get by though. He's having to go around the outside. That is of Abby Pulling, who is really on the defensive. But Jack Sherwood is feeling brave to turn the outside. Can he get the power down? He can. And he gets past Abby Pulling. Super move from Jack Sherwood. Bravery at its finest there by him. As we go on to the second lap out of 16. A quick lap here around Zandvoort this is. Brilliant racing. Brilliant battling going on. And it's not the only battling going on. There on the defensive is the number 21 of Pradell. And Pradell having to defend up against Keanu Al-Zahari. Which, as you can see, the timings are glitched. But you can still just about see. You can still just about see on your shot right now. All of the battling. There's Lucas Flusha, I think that is. Yes, the number 3. Lucas Flusha trying to dive to the inside of Keanu Al-Zahari. Will there be the chance for Lucas Flusha to pull out of the slipstream and try and make the move? He's going to try and go all the way around the outside. That would be brave stuff from Lucas Flusha trying to get past Keanu Al-Zahari. Outside line to the inside, and that's a place gained. Super move coming in for Lucas Flusha. He's able to get by on Keanu Al-Zahari. Exactly the move, exactly the pass that he was trying to pull. Later on today, we've got live coverage of the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine as well. That'll be live, and that'll be the race that will actually be on, because of course Spa versus Zandvoort, I'm going to go with Spa on this one as well. So, we're taking a look at some replays of how the drivers are making their way through. The number 33 of Hugo Schwarz. Keanu Al-Zahari bouncing all over the place. Luckily, we didn't bounce into contact. That's the main thing. Would have been a big moment. We're taking a look at some slow-mos of the drivers that made their way through. We're back to live pictures now. And back to live pictures with absolute, let's just say, with absolute gaps starting to form. Big gaps. To some degree. Through the field. Further back is what I'm trying to say. 4.5 tenths of a second. Husenroder is trying to apply the pressure on Ninovic. So let's see whether Alex Ninovic can defend this all the way to the checkered flag. We're side by side down to the braking zone. That's going to be brave stuff. Abby Pulling trying to fight back up against Jack Sherwood. This is a battle that continues to rage on. A fantastic fight going on between these two drivers. Here's Flusha trying to make another move. Lucas Flusha this time trying to put some pressure. So, who's Flusha trying to attack? If we just take a look. Hugo Schwarz is the driver that Lucas Flusha is trying to attack. And here comes Abby Pulling round the outside. Pulling's got the chance to attack Sherwood. Abby Pulling roaring through. And Abby Pulling moves by around the outside though. Super stuff. Super battling, I think, coming into play. So Abby Pulling's able to get by then. Late dive bomb move coming in. That is going to be super tight. Jack Sherwood versus Abby Pulling. What a battle between these two. And now Sherwood under a bit of pressure. Here comes Divi Nandan. Divi Nandan risking it. And it's a risk that might pay off because he's alongside. They are side by side. This is the battle that we wanted in GB3 around Zandvoort. It is the battling that we're getting after a bit of a calm race yesterday. It's action today. So Sherwood just ahead. Let's see whether we can see a move put on by Divi Nandan, the driver that's directly in behind of this. Trying to get the power down. It's gonna be so tight. It's gonna be so close to the braking zone. Oh, it's getting really close. as we make our way through. The number 17 there of Divinandan trying to attack. And Divinandan, let's see what he's going to be able to do. Battle for the lead. Alex Ninovich having to defend. Deegan Fairclough with a late dive bomb. A late dive bomb from second place to possibly get there. They're side by side. They're very nearly making contact. Sherwood just ahead. Brilliant from Deegan Fairclough. Trying something extraordinary. Something extraordinary that there wasn't there for him. Goodness me. That was a late dive bomb. And around Xander, if you want to get by, you have to make moves like that. What a race this is. Race 3 is usually the exciting one with the reverse grid. Race 2 is delivering right now, though. Race 1, honestly, I feel like I couldn't enjoy as much just due to how much tired I was after just commentating and recording and running around doing thousands of things at once. So, yeah. I'm happy I'm able to enjoy it today, which to be fair, I've still had a busy morning and I do want to like have a little rest before the Grand Prix, because considering I'm straight into Frecker and GB3 during it. So yeah, I get to watch a bit of the Grand Prix, but then my main attention is commentating this type of action. But this one will be recorded due to Frecker being live. Frecker very nearly losing on the car. He's really on that attack right now. Directly behind we have C. Worthen and Nikita Johnson as well. Yuan Pusui there as well. Fantastic. Oh, that's nearly contact. Lucas Flusha versus Hugo Schwarz down to the braking zone of the final corner. We go to the banked corner. Then there's going to be a chance to make the move actually coming in for Lucas Flusha. So let's see whether Flusha can do it. Won't be the only battle going on. There'll be a couple going on. But let's see with Lucas Flusha. Okay, around the outside into Tarzan corner. Can he make this move? Will Hugo Schwarz fight that? Back. It's a lockup for Hugo Schwarz. That's going to be too deep, surely. And that'll be the cutback. And Lucas Flusha stands on the power and takes the place. Super stuff from Flusha there to get past Hugo Schwarz, who now has to turn his attention directly in behind, because Keanu Al-Zahari in the Alpine colours is going to want to try and go on the attack. Fantastic fighting. It is GB3 at the end of the day. The fantastic series that GB3 is. We make our way through. Al-Zahari doing well at this stage to just be able to apply the pressure on Hugo Schwarz. He's basically pushing, he's dive bombing. That's contact, front wing to rear tyre from Al-Zahari to Hugo Schwarz. They both have DRS. Al-Zahari has the stronger toe though. Does he dart to the outside once again? He sits in behind. Through these corners. Heading down to what will surely be the banked corner. Then the start finish straight, and then another overtaking opportunity. Across the line we go. Lap number 17, lap number 7 out of 16. I'd be concerned if we were on 17 out of 16 and we're still racing. Coming into play. Here we go. Closing in, closing in. Can Keanu Al-Zahari make this move on Hugo Schwarz, who is defending, can't defend for too long. Keanu Al-Zahari sends it down the inside. They're side by side, and Keanu Al-Zahari barges away by, well, Hugo Schwarz was covering left, covering right, but Al-Zahari got to the inside anyway and gave him a little bit of his own treatment as he went too wide. He's just taking the wide line, but the widest line possible, beneath the white lines, or beyond rather the white lines, if I can find correct English terminology to come into my brain. Would be quite helpful, wouldn't it? Okay. 7 out of 16. We make our way through. Is that going to be a late dive bomb? That is getting super tight. And you've got the number 55 of Flynn Jacques waiting for an opportunity to do something, which is going to be really interesting. As we make our way through. Late dive bombing coming. That is late on the brakes, and that's the number 88 trying to get on the power. That's Kai Darianani. So it's Flynn Jacques versus Darianani, and Darianani comes out on top in that battle. 7/10 in it. 7/10 in it. Between first and second in the race. And we come across the line to go down to turn number 1. That is an attempted move that won't come off for Bianca Bustamante. So Bianca Bustamante, the last of the runners, trying to see if there's any opportunities to do anything. Not at this stage. We go through and make our way down to the back straight and to the braking zone. The GB3 Championship, which has seen plenty of battling in the past. It's a really close one, isn't it? Really close. Really closely contested, this race. 7/10 is the gap, which can Huizenrode get close enough? Can Fairclough do something magical to get to second? Nothing is happening though in terms of any overtaking. They're just all following closely and we're waiting for something. One man who's delivering everything is Flusha, and he's going to try to put the pressure on Will McIntyre down into turn 1. Flusha has a look. Will McIntyre, the number 37 car, is the car that's denying him P9 at this stage. We go through the banked corner and we're down the twisty turns of Zandvoort, the roller coaster part of this lap as well, to the next few corners. Super close. We go through. He's following so closely, isn't he? And then the opportunity, just waiting for it to see whether there's going to be anything that comes by. Some brilliant racing for GB3 though. The battle for 4th going on at the same time. Siwurden ahead of Nikita Johnson. This is for 4th, 5th and 6th. With Yuan Pusui in there as well. And yeah, Johnson can't get by. He's gonna have to come up with something special around this circuit. They make their way through. Just doing our little mid-race social media check, as we like to do. Checking what other stories that currently go on, with time ticking and running out. They make their way through. Here is an opportunity to the braking zone. Lucas Flusha trying to get by on Will McIntyre side by side. Oh, it's so tight. This is going to be a great battle heading down to turn 1. I know it immediately. It's going to be so close. Here we go. What does Flusha have? He's been trying to get by for a while. What can he do? Can't do it into turn 1. still looking. He's still trying it to see whether he can try and make a move. Look how close it was with the side-by-side pictures of these two drivers going at it. Will McIntyre, of course, the winner in our reverse grid race at Silverstone. Freddie Slater won race 1 and 2. He's not here with us because he's at Fracas. He's doing his domination there as well. He became the first ever British driver to win there. Flusha around the outside of Will McIntyre, who locks up. They very nearly make contact, but Flusha gets ahead of Will McIntyre, who cannot do anything to defend, but he's all out of shape. Will McIntyre is going to get the chance to fight back. I don't believe it. This battle's not done yet. Lucas Flusha, I have to say, is making the race come alive today. This race, he's completely one of the big reasons why we're seeing so much action. Will McIntyre's going to get a chance to fight him. Down to Tarzan. This one isn't done yet. Here we go. Will McIntyre to the outside line. Flusha defends. McIntyre tries to turn in around the outside. These two both battling hard. They're wheel to wheel. It's side by side. They nearly make contact. McIntyre gets shown the curb. And Flusha looks like has got the position for keeps this time around. Incredible battling in the GB3 Championship. I was about to say Porsche Melbourne Super Cup. That's how much we've been watching that racing earlier on. So exciting. Jack Sherwood trying to make a move. Jack Sherwood at the same time trying to defend. So to the side right now. We're going wheel to wheel. Jack Sherwood loses a position. And he's lost that position to one of our contenders. Oh, we're side by side. Some brilliant, bold racing going on at the moment. Massive lockup coming in for Jack Sherwood. As we rotate the car, stand on the power. Here's the braking zone. We are to the braking zone. At the end of the back straight. Back to Seaworthen, back to Johnson, back to Yuan Pusui. Lap 13 out of 16 in GB3. Taking the high line, taking the widest berth possible off the corner. So, Kai Daryanani has gained a position, according to my live timing at the moment. So, Daryanani has been able to get by, and has been able to make an overtake. So, here is a chance now. Husenroder is close, you know. Could have a battle for the lead soon. I mean, is that we haven't looked at it in a while, but I don't know whether this... Now, I don't know whether this has been the gap for a while, or what. Because... we've looked at it. I mean, it looks like it could be a battle, but by the looks of the timing, it's been like this the entire time. It's just we're cutting to it now because there's nothing else going on. We'll see. If he gets really close, then there could be a chance. He's got DRS. He's closing in. He's closing in. It'll have to be something extraordinary down to Tarzan if he wants to get by, but I think he's just using the DRS at this stage to close in, and he'll wait for an opportunity. Here comes Keanu Al-Zahiri. Dive bomb move attempted on Will McIntyre, who stays ahead. So Will McIntyre able to maintain that position. Through we go. Through the corners. Attacking, pushing on hard. Husenroder and Ninovich. First and second to the braking zone. 4/10 in it. It's going to be close. It's going to be exciting. I cannot wait to see how this one ends. I do wish that GB3 weekends, Frecker weekends, all of those wouldn't clash. Because unfortunately it is low on my priority list. Of course F2, FD Porsches are the highest on it. So I'd love to give this series a lot more attention in terms of, you know, having the pre-interviews, having the post-interviews. But this weekend, 2 of the races for this are dumped on delay. And then Frecker is the series that we've given live coverage to for race 2, but to be fair, they didn't get coverage live yesterday. So we've done 1 race live for GB3. We're gonna do 1 race live for Frecker later. So GB3 already technically have had their 1 live race this weekend. So it makes sense to be able to give Frecker a live race as well later today, and GB3 can just, well, GB3 have an extra race, so of course they have 2 that are on delay, but you know, same thing. Al-Zahari versus Will McIntyre. One thing I can tell you though, it's going to be quite a lot of fun to see how this is going to play out. Al-Zahari. Close. Is he risking it on Will McIntyre? Not at this part of the circuit. You don't want to risk it. Through there. Does he dive bomb? Does he go to the outside? Places the car on the outside. Tries to get the cut back. Tries to get the power down. Wheel to wheel. Stuff between them. He'll try get the up and under and the cut back. The rear wing. The DRS opens. He closes it in. Closes in. Closes in. Not enough into the braking zone to have a look for any form of move. Al-Zahari, who had contact in the second race at Silverstone with Dion Gowda, who's at Frecker this weekend, which is why he's not with us. Abby Pudding's trying to make an overtake. He's trying to get past Hugo Schwarz as well, who's massively dropped down. We're on to the last lap. 2 overtakes coming our way. Keanu Al-Zahari versus Will McIntyre. Abby Pulling trying to make a move further back as well. Al-Zahari around the outside. The door will surely close in his face, and Will McIntyre maintains the position. He has the possession of 10th at this stage as we do battle on the last lap. Does he go for the low line? To the inside, Keanu Al-Zahari has a look. He can't get through though. Will McIntyre placing the car exactly where he needs to. In the background, Abby Pulling could not make the move either, so she is still in 13th. That's where she started this race. Our top 2 are Alex Ninovich and Pat Husenroder. Ninovich, a superb drive from him. He was under pressure from Fairclough, under pressure from Husenroder at the start of this race. He's still under pressure from Husenroder all the way to the checkered flag, but it's not been the same pressure. He's always kept a good distance, a good enough distance to get him to the final corner at Zandvoort, and he will look up and take the checkered flag first. Alex Ninovich wins in GB3. He completes a brilliant drive and finishes ahead of Patrick Husenroder. Fairclough in 3rd. Dennis C. Worthen in 4th. Johnson, Sue, and then Pradell, Lyle, Flusha, and then who is going to be ahead in this battle? Will McIntyre is going to beat Keanu Al-Zahari. Pulling can't get by on Schwarz, so they're going to finish in the order of the following: McIntyre, then Al-Zahari, Schwarz, Pulling, Kai Darianani, and then Stefan Bostanjiv, Jack Sherwood in 16th, Divinandan, and then the 55 of Jacques and Bianca Bustamante finishing in 19th and last position. But our winner from this contest is Australia's Alex Ninovich, leading a 1-2, a British 3rd and 4th. Superb stuff. What an absolutely brilliant race That is 1 from Alex Ninovich. Well, that brings the end to our coverage here. Thank you for watching this premiere, or later down the line, wherever you might be watching this. This has been GB3's second race at Zandvoort. We will be back for delayed coverage of what will be surely the best race of them all, the reverse grid race in race 3. Thank you very much, and goodbye.